You know it's a big deal when I bring out my canceled Retread trailer from the Magneto prison here. But yeah, I had to. We got the whole Retread team out for our Thailand variant review finally of Hull Inngas. Now I know 2024 was not the first year that Hull Inngas was released from Thailand. He's been released now quite a few times from Thailand, dating back to late 2019, the Blue Desert. Before then, 2020, he got his Thailand Metallic release, and then he was released from Thailand yet again in 2022. But hey, had to spread it out. I don't want to shoot my wad so early because, hey, Mattel's cooking through all these Thailand veteran racers. They only have Eugene Karbreski, Ernie Gearson, who we know is coming in 2025, and Ryan Shields, not counting Mac Icar and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Of course, Ryan Shields did get the metallic treatment, though, from Thailand. But yeah, guys, let's just dive right in. There's really no case information to give here because he has been in so many cases. This is a very common find, at least here in the U.S. I think a lot of places around the world as well. I know down in Australia, every place kind of has their different Piston Cup racer peg warmer. Like I know Manny Flywheel here has been pretty common for me, but I know a lot of other people who have not been able to find Manny Flywheel. Rusty Cornfield, I think, overall consensus for 2024 is one of the rarer Piston Cup racers. But yeah, guys, let's dive in. I like his artwork. It's pretty, it's sly. You know, he's looking off to the side. He's kind of contriving, just, you know, looking about, seeing who he's going to pounce upon. But yeah, Retread did become one of my favorite sponsors when I was able to acquire the canceled trailer back there. I have to admit, because originally I was not. I don't know why, though, because I love the color combo of the lavender and the red. I honestly wish there was a little bit more red, but getting that did augment my appreciation for the sponsor by a lot. On the back here, you have a bunch just really classic Cars 1 characters here. McQueen, Fillmore, Mater with the working tow hook. That's actually a newer stock image where all these other stock images have been used for over a decade. Sheriff, Sally, and Chick. You have a Ghost over here. I hate that they don't put a 7th car there like they used to, but oh well. I'll be right back with Mr. Inngas all opened up. I'm pretty sure this was like the European racer according to his Meet the Cars bio. So yeah, we're reviewing a European, guys. Here we have Hull out of the package, looking really nice. Like, man, Thailand does a great job making the paint look so glossy, making the car feel so smooth. I know it sounds weird, but the cars do look a lot shinier, a lot glossier. They feel a lot more like butter than the Chinese ones did. Now, granted, is that the price we pay for blurrier decals? Quite possibly, but we're going to dig in the Hull here and see just how blurry they are, or maybe they're not as bad as we think. There is Hull Inngas from Cars. He obviously pops up a couple times in the Motor Speedway of the South race, but doesn't have a pit row animated for him. He is not one of the main racers, let alone main characters. Like, I mean, you would say Leakless, Octane Gain, Aiken, Axler, Todd Marcus, you know, RPM. Those are some of the racers that pop up a little bit more and like have, you know, the camera kind of focus in on them for a couple parts there. You guys know what I'm talking about. But let's dive right on in here with the side-by-side comparison to the Chinese version of Mr. Inngas here, which happens to be the Motor Speedway of the South version. That is correct. I'm bringing out the big guns for today. You could see there with the 2777 EA date stamp. This also, I mean, the paint that they use on the Motor Speedway of the South cars, also like butter. But we know the problems that they had with the Zamac Pest and the flaking, the cracking, all of the above that unfortunately this Hull Inngas has avoided, but I have seen it on some of my other ones, and obviously it's, you know, a lot of people on the forums and whatnot have shared. If you guys haven't, just look it up. Zinc Pest, not Zamac. I misspoke there. But the expression is pretty much the same, just changed up a little bit. You got the black eyeliner added, and also now the eyepiece. That is a plastic kind of interior piece, not a part of the main metal body like it was on the Chinese version there. You do have the Retread tire deodorant logo. Looking solid, but yeah, it's probably not quite as crisp as the original Chinese version. And yeah, I mean, that just looks absolutely perfect. I love the little squiggly lavender lines in the background. They're a little bit darker on the Thailand version for sure, but the red still looks really good. Now, the axles on a lot of the Piston Cup racers aren't great in terms of fit. Like, they're always either a little long or short. And on this model, the Nitroid body, essentially, they're long, in the front and back. So you kind of get, something where it looks like, yeah, the tires are just kind of a little bit offset there. And then on the leakless model, they are too short. And they're just right on the Octane Gain model. He does have some nice lavender wheels there. There are the contingency sponsors. And yeah, they are pretty blurred up. But I get it. It's hard to really get in there with such small decals to work with. But, I mean, they obviously were able to do it at one point here. These look phenomenal. And I have to say the rims look a lot better as well. That's a much kind of lighter, more vibrant lavender than the Thailand version, which is almost verging on gray. And honestly, I probably would think it was gray if lavender or Hall & Gas was not already that color, and that just kind of makes sense because, yeah, those are very faint lavender colored wheels. 79 looks pretty solid, pretty standard there, a little bit heavier on that black outline. Let's zoom out here a little bit. Yeah. Roofs look pretty much the same with the roof flaps there. Retread logo with the gas cap. That is now a little bit more defined, a little bit more engraved than on the Chinese version there, which you can barely see it, but it is there. I've always loved this design though, even though Retread as a sponsor has grown in terms of my likeness toward him, but I just love like the purple and the red meshed together with these squiggles. And it's very unique and very like early 2000s-esque in my opinion. And on the back here, we have one small little Retread decal. And oh God, the Thailand one does not look good. Let's zoom in on that. Whoa! Oh my God. Children, close your eyes. That is one of the worst decals I have ever seen. Oh my God, that is bad. Oh my God. I'm in disbelief. They made the Retread tack so bold that just blurs together. They gotta make that thinner script. And I'm not saying this one is way thinner, but it's way more readable, looks way better. This is disgusting. You can't even tell that says roll on there. Oh, goodness gracious. They fumbled the bag on this one. That one doesn't look so bad. Still obviously not as crisp and clear as the Chinese version, but not as bad as what we're dealing with down here. They darken the purple squiggly lines though, I guess. That's kind of cool. Still got the lavender window bars, and now he's got more opaque windows versus the more transparent windows on the Chinese version with the interior piece in there that you're looking at. But yeah, it's a lot more translucent. A lot more light can pass through these windows than the gray ones here. So yeah, the Chinese version's way better. I don't think it's much of a debate. And that's kind of how it goes for a lot of these Piston Cup Racer Thailand variants. They fall short tremendously unless the expression has been changed up to the point of it being that much better where it can offset and outweigh its shortcomings with the decals. And the expression here just is not that much better. Maybe it's slightly better, but I'm not even convinced of that. Whereas I do think that Claude Scruggs' expression is way better on the Thailand version than it is on the Chinese version. I think that Punchy Wipeout's expression is better, for example. I think that Rusty Cornfuel's expression is better. So those have a little bit, they have that pro that they can kind of lean on. Hall & Gas here does not have that. I don't think the expression's better. Kind of reminiscent to me of Kevin Schiff right here, whose expression I don't think is better either. In fact, it might be worse. This one might be worse. And it's kind of like in between I don't know. Darren Leadfoot's is not too bad. Not too shabby. I don't mind it. But the expression on Punchy Wipeout just looks a lot better. And they changed it up. Like, you're making a variant. You're kind of asking us to buy a car. A lot of collectors, you're kind of asking them here, like, buy this car again. I know we already have it, but now it's from Thailand. Now it's a little different. Like, give us more of a reason to buy it again by changing up the expression a little bit. And sometimes they do that. Sometimes they don't really do that. But anywho, let's see how he compares to the metallic version that came out in 2020. And well, what do you know? They changed the expression on that one. See, this is sometimes where I really start to scratch my head and wonder what the hell Mattel is doing. Because the expression on the metallic hauling gas here looks really cool. It's a lot different, completely different eye positioning, and obviously you're lacking the bottom eyelid there. He's not squinting as much. Gives him a lot more character. And yeah, the decal is probably not that much clearer, if any. I don't think they look worse, though. And the lavender and metallic looks really cool. Yeah, I mean, both of those retread decals don't look good there on the back. But at least they changed up the expression. So see what I mean there, guys? Sometimes, you know, you're going to strike out a lot, but if you hit a couple of home runs in there, you can make up for your shortcomings. If you're going to give us blurry decals, at least give us a good expression. Give us something to chew on. But I'm certainly not chewing on this expression here. But that being said, he still does look pretty good with this custom retread pity. And obviously as well, the canceled, not a custom retread trailer here that I'm so grateful to have. It's the holy grail of my collection, probably my favorite piece that I have that isn't even a living car itself. And we have the Thomas Hatfield Jim Scavenger retread next gen, which is really nice. Very modernized design. And then Mattel's attempt at a next gen retread. Eric Amaroling from the NASCAR line, which I actually quite like a lot. I don't know why they went to blue, but I think it actually works really well for retread. And it wouldn't be the first time that, you know, a sponsor's branding changed up that much between movies. I mean, we saw Final Tupe, we saw Rev and Go as well. So I'm totally fine with that. I think it's one of the better NASCAR cars that they put out. But anyways, guys, thank you as always for watching this video. I appreciate it. I will see you guys soon for another one. Bye now.